Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. You may have noticed if you've come to my actual YouTube page, and I think it's at the end, the videos too, on the end slate, it says new videos Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So today is Friday. I'm filming this last minute. Hopefully it gets up by Friday. It might be up by Saturday, and I'm sorry. I've had a lot of requests to bring back a series that I did about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, called Dear Shaylee. So I figured I could do the first episode on here and see how it does and see if you guys like it. And if you like it, then we can continue doing videos like this as long as you guys have questions for me. But I did ask you guys on Instagram and Facebook if you had any questions for an advice type video, and I got a few responses. And I do like this question because it's something that I've been asked multiple times. It is an anonymous question, and it says, me and my husband are going to try for a baby next year. How can we prepare for a baby money-wise? And what's the best advice for a first-time parent? Then they asked, is there any budget y'all did when y'all had Eden? It's weird to say y'all. I'm from Colorado, so that's just strange. So what did we do to prepare for a baby money-wise? That is a really hard question, actually, because I don't really fully remember with Eden. Number one thing, obviously, hopefully you guys all know this, make sure you're on an insurance plan, because the second you become pregnant, if you don't have insurance and don't have coverage, that's going to be an issue. You will not be able to get it, and everything that you will be paying for the birth will be coming out of your pocket. This is for the United States. I don't know how it works in Canada and other places, but I know you guys' healthcare is much better than here in the United States. To avoid anything like that, make sure that you are covered under insurance before you start trying to have a baby, because that will totally save you so much stress. For me, with the baby essentials and little baby things, I would just buy them throughout my pregnancy, take a certain chunk out of my paycheck each week to get an outfit or a baby item that we needed. But I waited for all the bigger items until after my baby shower. So don't buy the car seat and the swing and all this stuff right away. I would wait on all that stuff because you may get it at your baby shower. And if you were like my pregnancies, well, my first one, really, if you're pregnant around Black Friday, I would wait until Black Friday to get things too, because you can always get really good deals. It's kind of weird and strange, but both pregnancies were the same as far as where we were financially. So in the beginning of both of my pregnancies, we had a job and we had an income coming in. And at the end of both my pregnancies, I was jobless and David was jobless, and neither one of us had an income. So it's kind of weird how that worked out. So this is coming from somebody who was on a pretty strict budget. You also have to put into consideration though that I do things on the side to make money, like photography and also YouTube. I kind of had that income coming in, but especially with Eden, YouTube hadn't taken off yet. I don't think I received my first paycheck yet at all when I was pregnant with Eden. So during my pregnancy with Eden, we were definitely on a tighter budget. But then you also have to put in consideration that I was living in Florida at the time, and now I'm in Colorado. The cost of living is totally different. We did own our condo in Florida, but it was to just put it in perspective for you guys, it was a $69,000 condo to buy. And then here, not our house, but a house like ours to buy would be $450,000, and to rent would be $2,500 a month-ish. So that's a massive difference. With Eden, we were living a lot more comfortably, and we didn't have to worry as much about the income that was coming in. But to be completely honest with you guys, and if you followed our story and our daily vlogs and stuff like that, God just totally provided for us, and I don't really know how else to chalk it up. We weren't in a place where it was just really bad and we were bad off financially. We just tried to get every job we could possibly get. David ended up getting a Disney commercial, and he ended up featured on the website and on billboards in the back of buses. A few of you have actually sent me pictures. If you've ever been on a Florida vacation to any of the Disney resorts, David's face is on a lot of the buses. We even tracked down a bus last time we were there. But anyway, that's totally not what I'm talking about right now. But him being on commercials and on movie sets, there were a few movies that he was an extra in, or he was the person who stood in front of the camera while they adjusted all the angles and lighting and stuff until the main actor got there. As you know, in Orlando, the industry for movies is much bigger than here in Denver, and so he doesn't do that stuff now. But it was something that was always needed with Universal and Disney and SeaWorld and all that kind of stuff. Throughout our entire marriage, I would say the one thing that we've spent money on the most is going out to eat. And so that has been probably the one downfall. But when it was just the two of us, We weren't spending that much money, you know what I mean? We would like share an appetizer and that would be dinner, and that would like hold us over for the whole night. We were just making sure not to buy things that we couldn't afford. Like we were strong believers in never buying, you know, a brand new car or like a brand new house when you can't afford it. Don't buy things that you can't afford. I feel like that might be common sense, but some people will buy things anyway and put it on credit cards and loans and all this stuff, and that's not good. That's gonna get you in a really bad financial place. And that's something that like we, from the beginning of our marriage, we decided together, we're anti-credit cards, we're anti-loans. Like if I buy something with a credit card, I pay it off the next day. I don't let it linger on there. I would just say to watch exactly everything that you're spending. Do the Dave Ramsey course if you guys are already in debt and you're wanting to have a baby. Write down your expenses each month, how much you pay for electricity and water and how much you pay for groceries and gas and all that kind of stuff. Every expense that you have, I would just write it all down on a piece of paper, and then that kind of shows you how much you have left over each month. And I would just put away a chunk of that and either put it into like a separate account or just put it on the side and save that for baby expenses. The first year and a half of a baby's life is not expensive at all. I mean, if you're breastfeeding, it's not bad. And especially if you're cloth diapering, which I didn't cloth diaper with either. You know, the first initial investment is pretty pricey, but then after that, you're not paying for diapers every week. That is something that's a little different this time, is that Jude has formula. And so I'm learning very quickly how expensive formula can become. And then my one advice I would have to new parents is to take pictures every single day. Take videos every single day. Like that is my number one piece of advice more than anything. Of course, everybody's gonna tell you, cherish each moment because it goes by so quickly. Yes, it does go by so quickly. That's why you need to take pictures and video. I do not regret at all the pictures I took of Eden, and Jude kind of, you know, he doesn't get as many pictures as Eden because he's a second kid. That's just how it works. It was fun, and now I get to like look back on the pictures, and I do all the time. I look back on the pictures of each day, and I just look like, oh my gosh, she grew so much from this day to this day, and oh my gosh, I remember this and this and this. Honestly, motherhood is a blur. Like I literally don't remember when my baby was a baby to what my baby did yesterday sometimes. And so having everything down on video and pictures is awesome. And that was the reason why I started YouTube in the beginning. I hope that answered your guys' questions. If you're a parent watching this video, be sure to leave your tips for preparing for your first child down below. And if you guys want this series of Dear Shaylee, it's gonna rely heavily on your questions, just like Ask Eden does. So I need questions constantly. Like if you guys have any questions, just send them to my inbox on Facebook. You can write them in the comments below, whatever works for you guys. Be sure to subscribe. We have a new video coming up on Monday, and we can't wait to see you then.